Hello again, YouTube. I wanted to do a quick review of my new favorite portable PA system, the 30M, which is sitting right behind me. And this is from the perspective of a drummer who plays in multiple bands. When I was debating these speakers, I was watching tons of videos on YouTube, great reviews, but most were from the DJ perspective or the small acoustic act. I didn't see many people attempting to push vocals and guitars over acoustic drums, so I figured I would provide my insight. After owning a pair of these for roughly 9 months, I feel like I have a good grasp on their limits. To cut to the chase, you could definitely get away with doing a small gig using just one of these even. I wanted to share a few examples where we utilize just one to run a show with a 3 to 4 piece band. I will mention that for both gigs, they did require more inputs than the built-in mixer could handle, so I will not be really commenting on that as a part of this review. Fortunately, my guitarist has a compact Behringer XR mixer that easily connects to channels 5 and 6 on this unit. He has all his presets saved and prefers his mixer anyway, so it wasn't a huge deal. It's still pretty compact and doesn't add much time to the setup. So the first example, in June, we performed a small set in a library for about 100 people with the 3-piece R&B trio. We did play this gig the previous year, and I brought my older system, which is the ELX 200 line. I have the 10-inch powered tops with the 12-inch sub, which is a very reliable, awesome system, but it's honestly overkill for the needs of that gig. If I remember correctly, I had it set at about negative 20 dB, and that was plenty loud for that room. So like I said, that setup was overkill, and it takes a lot longer to set up. You know, you have speaker stands, cables running everywhere. It's just not as ideal. So this year, we tried just one of these 30Ms, and we used it for vocals, acoustic guitar, bass, and kick drum. It worked like a charm. We set it up near the center of the room, and since it has such wide coverage, every spot in the room had really quality sound and could hear everything just fine. It looks aesthetically cleaner too, while also preventing trip hazards from all the cables crossing the room. Indoors for sure, you could run a small band on these. You don't even need amps. Now the second test case was for a private party, also for around 100 people, but this time outdoors. Initially I set it up with 2 in front of the stage. We also had powered monitors so the band members could hear themselves. A pair of these is more than enough coverage for a small outdoor event. They're not going to blow your ears off, but realistically most local cover band gigs shouldn't require more volume than this. We were running vocals, acoustic guitar, keys, and kick drum to the system, with the bass and electric guitar mostly running through amplifiers, but slightly enhanced with these two. But I will say the amplifiers help those instruments. So halfway through our set, there was a rainstorm that came through, and we were scrambling to protect our gear, cover it up. Luckily, our bass player had a canopy, so we did set that up, but we didn't have quite as much space, so we ended up continuing the show with just one of these in front. We did lose a little bit of volume, but it was still plenty to finish the party, and people were still satisfied with the music. I was watching the screen like a hawk for most of the set. We did peak a little bit during one of the guitar solos, I believe Freebird, or maybe LA Woman, I don't know, one of the two. I did have the system set at Unity, so we probably could have raised the power and prevented the peaks altogether, so I'll remember that for next time. For this outdoor scenario, ideally I probably would bring 2 of these, just because I like having that extra headroom, but it is nice to know that in a pinch you can get away with just one. Indoors for sure I'd be comfortable with just one. I would say I would rather have this unit as opposed to a pair of 10 to 12 inch tops without a subwoofer. Having this built-in sub, it gives you the power to feel the kick drum a little bit, which I think is essential for a rock band. After having real subwoofers now, it's hard to go back. It feels really thin without it. Once you get past that 100-person crowd, I probably would bring the more traditional PA system with tops and subs, especially for outdoors. If you need that much power, you probably already know it though. But for the smaller local cover bands, these are awesome. Would highly recommend. Evolve 30M, check them out. Thanks for watching.